Welcome to Gallery Jungkook. How long, truly, have we kept our eyes closed to something so real, right before us? How many times have we chosen to ignore the gentle whispers of the world, whispers that have, for so long, tried to reveal a simple truth, the love slowly blooming between two souls, Taehyung and Jeon Jungkook. They never tried to prove anything. They simply were. And in a silence that needed no words, their honesty spoke, through searching gazes, smiles too sincere to be hidden, and small, fleeting moments that felt, not like coincidence, but destiny. If love is a language that needs no translation, then they have long spoken it fluently, just by being. Not fan service. Not a game designed to please the eyes of onlookers. This is love, calm as the dusk falling between two hearts, gentle as a steady breath, and real, so real it needs no proof. This love does not need words, it lives in their gaze, in the silence that understands. And yet somehow, the world chose to turn away, rejecting something so pure, as if a truth this beautiful were too hard to believe. Today, we stop pretending. No more closing our eyes, no more holding back feelings. We let our hearts speak, honest, unmasked. Because behind the glittering lights, among thousands of lenses trying to capture everything, there is something that cannot be photographed, the warmth that is real, the look of recognition, and a love born not from the stage, but from the soul. A love they protect in silence, tender, fragile, yet irreplaceable. That love is Taekook. Imagine, just for a moment, if the world stopped speaking on behalf of Taehyung. If all those accusing, demanding voices, the haters, and those who claim to be neutral yet quietly try to control him, finally fell silent. Maybe then, we would hear something far more honest, the sound of his own heart. Because love does not always need defense, nor does it always need words. Sometimes, it only wants to be felt, as it is. And for anyone who has followed the journey of these two souls, Taehyung and Jeon Jungkook, there may never be enough words to describe what truly happens between them. Because every glance caught on camera, every movement that seems like coincidence, every soft smile that appears for no reason, speaks louder than 1,000 official statements. And yet, in a world hungry for proof, so many still choose to look away. They pretend not to see, even though the truth has long been shining before them, that these two hearts, Taehyung and Jungkook, found home in each other long ago. The stubborn ones still cling to old phrases. Just fan service. Just coincidence. They're only friends. But how long will we keep denying a beauty that's so clearly in front of us? Taekook are not just two idols who happen to be close. They are two souls who found each other amid a world glittering with pretense. Their love grew quietly, rooted in silence, blooming behind the curtain, breathing in those fleeting glances only a true heart could understand. From the beginning, their path was never lined with roses. The world they live in is too small to make room for two young men who only want to love honestly. But that's exactly where the miracle of Taekook finds its meaning. It lives in every moment we've witnessed, behind the laughter, beneath the spotlight, in the stillness after the stage lights dim. Jungkook, in his simple yet profound way, always knows how to reach Taehyung without a single word. Sometimes through a tender gaze warmer than any embrace, sometimes through a fleeting touch that feels achingly real, or through a soft smile that seems to whisper, "I'm here for you." And Taehyung always answers in his own way, with warmth so natural, and gentleness so honest it almost hurts. Yet still, many choose not to see. Many hide behind the safe line, they're just friends. But perhaps it's not that they don't see, perhaps they're afraid. Afraid of the idea that two souls this beautiful could love each other without shame. Afraid that their love, pure, tender, and boundless, might challenge what we think love should be. Let's be honest, not every love is meant to be explained by logic. Not every bond needs the labels of friends or lovers. Because sometimes, love exists in softer forms, quieter, but far more real. Look at how Taehyung and Jungkook gaze at each other, as if they are the only two people in the world. See how they find each other among thousands of faces, as though 1 second apart could shatter everything. And without being asked, they protect each other, instinctively, wholeheartedly. Isn't that enough to call it love? Love like that doesn't wait for recognition or permission. It lives through their honesty, and maybe, because destiny itself wanted their souls to meet. If you dare to see with your heart, you'll know, what exists between them is no act. Jungkook's gaze at Taehyung is not born from a script or a camera, but from something deeper, something that cannot be hidden. And when Taehyung speaks, his voice isn't just soft, it's soothing, piercing, as if the world itself pauses to make room for their peace. Everything about them is real. Sincere. Profound. To many, their moments may seem ordinary, just two bandmates on stage. But for those who truly see, every glance, every subtle move, every near invisible touch, holds meaning far greater than 1,000 words. Every distance, it turns out, has a reason. When Jungkook stands behind Taehyung with eyes full of affection, the world seems to stop. When Taehyung speaks to Jungkook softly, warmly, intimately, it feels like they're the only ones in the universe. That's not coincidence. It's not illusion. It's love, breathing between them, in its purest and truest form. Yes, they are human, with real fears, with boundaries they must protect. The world isn't always kind to love like theirs. Yet even within those limits, they never hide what they feel. Instead, they let their love speak in silence, through meaningful glances, simple touches, and a purity so undeniable no one can truly dismiss it. Maybe Taehyung never said, "I love you, Jungkook." And maybe Jungkook never said aloud, "I love you, Tae." But does true love always need to be spoken? Isn't it sometimes hidden in the pauses, behind the smallest gestures? When Jungkook looks at Taehyung with eyes that never wander. When Taehyung holds Jungkook's hand unafraid of the world watching. When their laughter blends and time seems to stop just to watch them. That's love, love that needs no confession, no spotlight, yet feels more real than anything. Still, many refuse to believe. Some hide behind excuses, denying what's already evident, calling it all fanfiction. But think for a moment, who's truly in denial? The fans who see love in their every glance, in every touch too genuine to fake? Or those who choose blindness, even when that love shines so bright it's impossible not to feel? Kim Taehyung and Jeon Jungkook are not a fantasy born of imagination. They are real, two souls who grew together, walking side by side from uncertain youth to meaningful maturity. From innocent laughter to knowing gazes, they've learned to understand life and love in their own way. Their love wasn't born under stage lights, nor crafted for fans. It grew quietly, between exhaustion and silence, between breaths that understood each other without words. Taehyung has always been the place Jungkook returns to when the world feels too heavy. And Jungkook, has always been the reason behind Taehyung's smile, even on the grayest days. They are not fiction, they are proof that true love can grow calmly, without need for validation or drama, sustained only by the honesty of two hearts choosing each other, again and again. Their bond is a love that's quiet yet strong. Not loud, but real. Not showy, but deep. So to those who still insist, it's just fan service, maybe it's time to open your eyes. Look not with judgment, but with your heart. Because no fan service lasts for years with the same warmth in their gaze, the same unwavering care, the same quiet intimacy. Fan service doesn't make someone look at another as if time has stopped. It doesn't create hidden jealousy, nor a wordless understanding so profound it no longer needs speech. This isn't a performance. It's something far more genuine, something even cameras can't fully capture. Only love can do that, that soft yet unshakable force that transcends limits and defies logic. And that's the love Taehyung and Jungkook share. A love without labels, without public declarations, without needing anyone's approval. A love that lives in silence, yet speaks louder than any words. Maybe the world isn't ready to understand them. But their love has never waited for permission. It grows, defying fear, challenging judgment, and enduring still, because for them, it's enough that their hearts recognize each other. That love lives, breathing between every note and lyric they sing together. It hides behind glances that seem coincidental, and faint smiles that appear without reason, as if the world pauses just for them. So don't be stubborn. Open your heart, and see that the love between Kim Taehyung and Jeon Jungkook truly exists, a love that doesn't demand recognition, doesn't seek validation, but simply is, sincere in its own way. And though their lips may never say it, for those who can see with their hearts, that love has long spoken, through every gesture, every glance, every silence heavy with meaning. Taekook is not merely two names paired by fate, nor a fantasy created by fans. They are two souls who recognized each other long before the world gave them names. Something unexplainable binds them, something deeper than togetherness. No rumor, no hate, no distance can erase the delicate thread between them. Because in the end, the truth remains simple and undeniable. Kim Taehyung loves Jeon Jungkook, and Jeon Jungkook loves Kim Taehyung. In a way so real, so pure, that even time dares not touch it. And perhaps, in the end, their love was never meant to be displayed to the world. It's not a story needing applause, nor a promise shouted aloud. It lives in the quiet, between two hearts that understand each other without words, without explanation. The world may turn away, the public may deny it, but love like theirs will never fade just because people choose blindness. It will continue to burn, gently, softly, eternally, in a place only they know. Taehyung and Jungkook never needed protection. Because in silence, their eyes have always spoken more truth than any words ever could. Every time their gazes meet, the world seems to hold its breath, time stops, the air bears witness, and in that stillness, one undeniable truth remains. Their love is real. So stop denying it. Stop pretending not to see what even the sky has long understood. Love like Taekook's doesn't come every day. It's not a story born of chance, but of two souls brave enough to find each other. It grows quietly, beneath the spotlight and under countless eyes that may never understand. And though the world may try to separate them again and again, that love endures, gentle, strong, eternal, as if the universe itself refuses to let go. Because in the end, no matter how hard the world tries to deny it, true love always finds its way home. It transcends distance, time, and rejection, just to return to where it belongs. And Taekook, they found it long ago, long before the world ever noticed. And so it is, the story of two souls who found each other without words, without confession. Their love may not shout to the world, but it lives, quietly, truthfully, eternally, within the rhythm only they understand. Because in the end, true love needs no audience. It only needs two hearts that recognize one another. Just like Taehyung and Jungkook. Thank you for witnessing this story with us. See you in the next one, only on Gallery Jungkook.